Recognition.
I have an amendment at the desk.
The clerk will designate the amendment.
Amendment number 2, printed in House Report number 115-1, offered by Mr. Messer of Indiana.
Pursuant to House Resolution 22, the gentleman from Indiana, Mr. Messer, and a member opposed, each will control 5 minutes. The chair recognizes the gentleman from Indiana.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Certainly want to thank the gentleman from Virginia for his help on this amendment as well. It's an amendment designed to take an already very good bill and make it just a little better. You know, a good friend of mine, former Indiana Governor Mitch Daniels, used to say, "You'd be amazed how much government you'll never miss," when talking about reducing the size of government bureaucracy. So much of government's excess is created by unelected officials who yield enormous influence over our everyday lives. Last year, federal agencies issued 18 rules and regulations for every one law that passed Congress. That's a grand total of 3,853 regulations in 2016 alone. In 2015, federal regulations cost the American economy nearly $1.9 trillion, trillion dollars in lost growth and productivity. Think about that for a second. A $1.9 trillion tax, a government burden on the American people. That means lost jobs, stagnant wages, and decreasing benefits for workers. My amendment looks to help change all that. Very simply, my amendment requires every agency issuing a new rule to first identify, then repeal or amend at least one existing rule to offset any annual costs the new rule would have on the U.S. economy. This isn't some new radical idea. President-elect Trump announced his administration will implement a new practice that for every new regulation, 2 would have to be repealed. Governments in Canada, the United Kingdom, Australia, and the Netherlands have all implemented similar versions of one in, one out when addressing new rules and regulations. In fact, in Canada, bureaucrats used the new direction to fine and cut more red tape than was even required by the law. And my amendment gives the new administration that same flexibility. Mr. Chair, it's past time we stop bureaucratic abuse and shift the balance of power from government back to the people where it belongs. That can start today by passing the Rein Act and putting our government on a path to reduce the amount of red tape that our businesses and the American people deal with every day. Mr. Chair, I urge my colleagues to support the common sense amendment and the underlying bill, and I reserve the balance of my time.